What's up, people? Guys, today I'm gonna make the best PvE weapon combination classes in Throne and Liberty. I drop in the list all possible weapon combination which you can choose in Throne and Liberty. Let's talk it, and the main point is that I'm gonna took the two situation. First will be the single target burst or the single target PvE moment, like against the boss, tanking the boss, DPSing the boss, healing against the boss for the single target. And I'm gonna take the second situation for solo farm, like the AoE farm in the open world instances, and based on this situation we're gonna take our tier list. But before that, I want you guys ask you to subscribe my channel. I have 2000 hours of Korean experience. I have one of the best and powerful character on that region. I have a lot of knowledge about Throne and Liberty. I'm making a lot of guidelines which helps you to progress your character as fast as possible. So hit the subscribe button, and now let's get back and watch the video. Also guys, you can check my channel and you can find the similar PvP class weapon combination type of the tier list, and you can find a lot of things, guys. I pushed a lot of videos which helps you to make the decision what type of the weapon combination you want to play in Throne and Liberty. Alright guys, first we have Wand and Tome combination of the weapon. This is the first hour in the S tier list, since Wand and Tome and staff weapon combination is super for the PvE. It's an amazing healing ability. It's amazing the damage. I mean, you are the healer, aggressive healer, which do a lot of DPS on the boss too, and have a lot of CCs which helps on some type of the boss. You have to free them, and you are active healer with the DPS potential in the boss fights, and you are amazing solo farmer, since the staff have a huge amount of the AoE skills and the wand have also AoE skills with the healing ability. So man, you go staff and wand in the open world dungeon, you can pull whole room and you can burst them and you will survive it. So for the PvE, staff and wand and Tome is the best weapon combination. It's amazing. It's super amazing. Next we have Sword and Shield and Staff, and this type of the weapon combination is mostly for the people who play with the tank as the Sword and Shield, and Sword and Shield and Dagger, or Sword and Shield and Wand, and they want to farm some instances, they just took the Staff. But if also, I know a lot of people want to play Staff and Sword and Shield as the overall, but guys, check my PvP tier list video, and I'm explaining how good this class is in the PvP, okay? So, but for this moment, I'm gonna put this one at the A tier list, since it deserves. In the PvE, it's the A tier, but for the PvP, it's way down. But for the PvE, this weapon combination as the tank, it's really good. It's helping you tank the boss, and it's also doing a lot of damage as the staff, as the weapon. But if you don't want to play only with the two weapon combination, to play with the staff and sword and shield and use it also in the PvP, I would not recommend it. But since this only for the PvE tier list, we have to put this one on the A tier. Staff and dagger is also A tier. I know a lot of people think that Staff and Dagger is an S tier, but Staff and Dagger have a huge problem in PvE. I'm a Staff and Dagger, and trust me guys, I have the seconds, like in 3-4 seconds, when I'm out of the skills in the PvE, and I'm just hitting the auto attacks. At this moment and at this stage, it does not matter much, but when the time will come when the challenger bosses will add, trust me, on the high level challenger bosses, you will have a problem to find the party as the staff dagger because of your DPS gap and waiting time. So it's an A tier. It's an amazing AoE farm. I have the video about the staff and dagger skill rotations and the combinations, and you will farm solo amazingly. But for the single target burst in the PvE, these have a problem. But this one does not have a problem. The staff and longbow is unstoppable. I mean, you do unstoppable skill cast. You never have the skill cooldown. You're always doing the DPS. And guys, the staff and longbow is one of the most hunted class in PvE. If you see the staff and longbow is appearing for the party, you are so happy and you are highly welcomed to this type of the weapon combination, even for the future updates. So this is the best of the best DPS dealer in the PvE side. Staff and Crossbow. Staff and Crossbow is an A tier. It's the similar like in Staff and Dagger, but Crossbow have way better option to be the best and burster one for the PvE. But guys, for the solo farm, this is also amazing thing, right? But you know, you don't want to play only for the PvE, and that's why you have to choose it. But if you want to play with the full PvE, go Staff and Longbow, for example. But there is also other weapon combinations which you may have to go. They are on the S tier list. Now let's go to the Greatsword and Staff. This is also the A tier list, and for the PvE, guys, in the PvP, I put shit out from this weapon. I just send this in the shit, this Staff and Greatsword, but I cannot say that it's bad in the PvE, since it's not a bad in the PvE. This weapon combination is really good in the PvE. It does not do a bunch of the damage, but it can do a lot of damage for the solo farm and even on the boss side, so this is good. Stuff and stuff, I mean, similar weapon type of the combinations like this one is good only for the Gate of Infinity. You can check my video about Gate of Infinity and you will realize what I'm talking about. So it will be good for you only for the Gate of Infinity. And man, you have 2 weapon combinations in Throne and Liberty, so you will never have to play only with the 1 weapon and make it the double. Alright, next we have Greatsword Wand and Tome. Greatsword Wand and Tome, I would put it in the B tier with the simple logic. This is good for heal yourself in the open world dungeon to heal yourself, but these have so low amount of the damage from the single target. I mean, these have lowest damage upon the weapon combinations than any of these ones. This is the lowest, but for the open world dungeon, since you are the Greatsword, you can farm good, and the wand can help you to heal yourself while you're aggroing a lot of mobs, so it goes to the B tier. But guys, just Greatsword Wand is not a popular thing even for the PvP side, so I wouldn't recommend this weapon combination at all. The Greatsword and Sword and Shield and is the S tier for the PvE. This is the one of the best tank. It is a heavy fighter. It's not a tank. It's the heavy fighter which do a bunch of damage and which have the tanking ability. This is so good weapon combination if you want to play Throne and Liberty. This is one of the meta combination of the weapon. Greatsword Dagger. I don't want to put it in the S tier, and I tell you why, okay? As the melee classes, the Greatsword Dagger is then S tier. If you want to play the melee classes, for the PvE, Greatsword Dagger is the best. It's the for you. But we make the overall tier list for every weapon combination, and this is not an S tier. This is even in the B tier. If we put Staff and Dagger and Staff and Crossbow and Staff and Greatsword on the E tier, I have to put this one on the B tier also. Sorry for that. I have also to put this one on the B tier since it does not have more damage than any of this weapon combination, okay? It does not have it damage. And it has some type of the problem. If you're not too much overgeared, you will have a problem for the single farm. So for the PvE side, it's the B. But for the PvP side, this is one of the best weapon combination. It's highly assassin. It's just an assassin rogue type of the weapon combination, and you will have a lot of fun with this. The Greatsword and the Longbow is in B tier since you need to, if you want to make the PvE high damage in the Longbow, you have to be far, okay? You have to be far, and if you're not far, your passives kinda does not work, so it does not do much damage. The Greatsword Crossbow is an A tier with the simple logic, since the Greatsword does a lot of damage some point, and Crossbow do double more damage. So this weapon combination, you can put it in the A tier, but guys, it's not a good for the PvP. It's not a meta, or it's not a popular class for the PvP, but if you want to play with this weapon combination, I'm telling you that you are on the A rank list for the PvE. It is just here too. Crossbow and Wand and Tome. Crossbow and Wand and Tome, I would just put it in the C tier with the simple reason, okay? Since the Crossbow needs something to boost his patterns and the damage, and Wand is not that weapon combination, okay? It's not that weapon combination. Crossbow Wand is more like you are the Crossbow and someone asks you to, oh man, take the Wand, we need a healer, and you just take it. So it is just like that. Crossbow and Sword and Shield goes here. It is the similar. Don't do it, guys. Don't play with the Crossbow and Sword and Shield. It is so bad idea to play with the Crossbow and Sword and Shield. Crossbow and Longbow is an S tier. Again, guys, it's amazing PvE damage, but not that bad in the PvP, but it's amazing for the PvE. You have non-cast skills, you will never have the cooldown, and you have a lot of damage for both weapons, passives, and both weapon situation. And the highest grade is this one, guys. This weapon combination for burst single target, only for the single target, is one of the best of the best. This is higher than this one. This can make double more damage than any of these. And maybe Staff Dagger can take the concurrence, but this is one of the best PVE DPS dealer class for the single target, and it's also amazing for the single target PvP, but it has some problem about the PvE around the mobs I'm talking about. But for the single target, for the bosses, and you will also have less problem around the taking aggro whole room for the PvE solo farm. So this is true STR of the weapon. Longbow Dagger is have the exactly same problem what Staff Dagger have, skill problems. You have the cooldowns, huge cooldowns for the skills, and you're just the A tier. Is similar. It's not a big deal and different between the Staff Dagger and Longbow Dagger for the PvE, guys. For the PvE, this is PvE tier list. Longbow is just a troll, guys. It's the similar troll like this, and I can put this one is an S tier for the PvE, but it's too much, guys. I mean, it's too much. I mean, you don't really need that much healer for the PvE. I mean, the longbow and wand and Tome is the best PvE and best PvP healer weapon combination, the highest healing possibility, but you don't need that much. But since it's do the deal damage, it still can heal. It's an S tier. Sword and Shield and wand and Tome for the tanking side. Why would I have to put this one with the Greatsword, sword and shield when this one, both of them are tanking similar? This one can heal, but this one also can tank. I mean, guys, sword and shield and wand and Tome have problem at the early stages of the game. I will put it in A tier, but I wanted to put it in S tier, but people cannot understand. Sword and shield and wand and Tome have a problem at the early stages before you enchant your skills and blah blah blah. But once you will finish it, you can take the sword and shield and wand paladins in your group, and you can skip the healers from the group and take additional DPS player. If the people know how to do the instance, the sword and shield and wand have enough healing ability to heal your group, and you guys will have 5 DPS instead of 4. So this is good, but I don't want to put it in S tier since some people are just checking the pictures and they don't listening the explanation. So I don't want to put them in the wrong. But if you want to play with this weapon, guys, you're so good. Sword and shield and dagger. This type of the weapon combination is kinda. It's kinda A tier, let's say the N tier, since you do some type of the damage with the dagger, but let's say you are more tanky since you are evading a lot of skills. So let's put it in here. But this is not something the best for the PvE to rush something. But guys, this is amazing PvP weapon combination. It is the S tier PvP weapon combination for the tank side. So for the PvE, let's put it in the A. And wand and Tome and dagger for the PvE side as the healer. I mean, the damage dealer and also the healer. I would just put it in an A tier since it's not better than any of those, but it's not worse than any of those. So this is the A tier. This healer in Throne and Liberty, any one weapon combination can heal you in the PvE instance. It does not matter really. Really, it's super easy to heal in Throne and Liberty, and it's more about the damage. But guys, again, if you want to play wand and Tome and dagger, you will be so respectful in the PvP. You are one of the important part of the game for the PvP since you are the sleeper class, and a lot of people will love you to play it. So shit out if you don't care much about PvE and you don't play this game only for the PvE. Take this weapon combination and no one will say that they don't want you them group because you're the wand and dagger in the PvE. So you will never get rejected. Guys, I hope I explained everything. I noticed for my PvP tier list that some people just forward the video and only check these pictures, and they was asking me why I put this weapon combination here and there. Guys, you have to listen to the points and explanations. More if you have no knowledge about Throne and Liberty, and if you're watching some videos some other where, and you have the questions, you have to listen to the points. This point was the reason why I made these decisions. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. Alright boys, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope I helped you to make your decision to choose the weapons in Throne and Liberty. If yes, hit the like button guys, and overall if you appreciate my hard work about Throne and Liberty, you guys can hit the subscribe button and you can enter on my channel. I have bunch of the guidelines for the builds, for the skill rotations, for how to get this, how to get that, a lot, and there will come way more until we play this game together. As always guys, now see you in the next video.